Hello and welcome to BigSkyBits. I'm your host Colby. Today we're going to get into Bitcoin and what's going on with it today in the world. Big things are coming according to Senator Cynthia Lummis, as we see. Going over to X, we'll look at some of her tweets. In the last couple hours, Bitcoin shot up kind of to where it was yesterday, though. We had a little bit of a decline after those 106s, down to 102, back up. But a lot of the rise today seemed to come around the time Cynthia Lummis was tweeting. Big things are coming, and the B is a Bitcoin symbol. She is a senator out of Wyoming. After looking and listening to other people, it does appear she has some ties with the Bitcoin group Unchained Capital, which is more Bitcoin maximalist in their ideology. So it's a company I've looked into. I believe they're based out of Austin. Do a lot of multi-sig products and offer multi-sig capabilities to corporations in different avenues like that for people to have corporate structures with Bitcoin, I believe. Get me all wrong on all this. I also think they have some ways for families to hold Bitcoin in trust or some other ways. It's an interesting company. Do your own research. Later, about 5 hours ago, she also tweeted this little statement as she becomes the chair of the Senate Banking Subcommittee on Digital Assets. She states, or the statement from her committee is, digital assets are the future, and if the United States wants to remain a global leader in financial innovation, Congress needs to urgently pass bipartisan legislation establishing a comprehensive legal framework for digital assets, and that strengthens the US dollar with a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I am humbled by my colleagues have placed their trust in me to chair this historic subcommittee, and I look forward to shepherding bipartisan legislation to President Trump's desk this year that secures our financial freedom. So talking or looking at what Senator Lummis has presented here and in the past, it shows that she's a fan of a Bitcoin strategic reserve, believes that can secure America's financial future. So we'll pay attention to what Cynthia Lummis is promoting with this subcommittee and what her actions will lead to. But regardless, it's good to have politicians in there that are championing the cause. So like always, check out BigSkyBits. We have access to the latest episodes, what's going on in the world today. I'd love to hear from people. Please like and subscribe. We'll also go on over and check out the Bitcoin price. And it looks like we have fallen sharply since I just last looked just a little bit ago before putting out this. We were sitting right back at 106. It does look like we've been doing nice $2,000 swings. If we swing back up, I would not be surprised. It is an interesting pattern. If we look out a little further, though, you do see what appears to be what some of these traders call a flag. I'm not versed well enough to determine if it's a bull flag, a bear flag, what it could be, but it's definitely some sort of triangle. Usually means we're within a zone and we're consolidating, basically. There's going to be these high swings where we kind of consolidate, and then to which way we break out, that's your own judgment. If I look at a further graph and look out a little, if I was to guess which way we're breaking out on this upward trajectory, I mean, looking out at it a year, I'd say it looks like we're going to go up, break out to the 110, 120. So that seems more than reasonable in the short time. So we'll see. again, this show is not to promote trading or anything of that nature. I'm more of a Bitcoin maximalist and believe you'll probably get further holding. Trading is mainly gambling. You can do it with a portion of your funds for sure. I'd love to go to Las Vegas and have some fun and gambling, but when you're trying to secure your future, there's different incentives. And I think looking at the bigger picture is probably one of the biggest confidence boost when it comes to Bitcoin. When in doubt, zoom out. Because, I mean, if you compare Bitcoin to a lot of other projects on a historical level, it looks amazing. If you compare it to the dollar, it looks amazing. So when in doubt, zoom out. Bitcoin will outperform because Bitcoin is going to drastically change the world. I believe this. I mean, I understand that there are chances this doesn't come to fruition, but I believe this is humanity's best hope. Call me crazy, call me whatever you will, that's fine, I am crazy. But I believe this is our best shot at going, and like Senator Lummis says, securing our financial future. Now, let's head over on to, gosh, where was it? Reddit. Yeah, there was a great post earlier from Pierre Richard that states what I've kind of thought. And with XRP's gain, a lot of people think it's just an easy moneymaker, but there's usually hidden motives. And he comes out with a quote today that I found kind of interesting. The biggest obstacle for the strategic Bitcoin reserve is not the Fed, Treasury, banks, or Elizabeth Warren. It is Ripple, XRP. They are aggressively lobbying against the strategic Bitcoin reserve by throwing around millions at politicians, desperately trying to derail it. They did the same attack on Bitcoin mining under the Biden administration. Obviously, they want to protect their marketing narratives and push for a CBDCs built on their platform. And as I've said in the past, regardless if you want to make money on XRP or whatnot, XRP does have an ethos that goes contrary to why Bitcoin was created. And I just would encourage everyone to look into the 35 nodes that make up these 35 unique nodes out of the 160, 140 nodes of XRP, and compare that to how many people run Bitcoin nodes, run Bitcoin mining software, run and help distribute a network worldwide. When you look at XRP, its main selling point is faster transactions, cheap, but at what price? At what price? Working with governments and banks, as XRP's main prerogative seems to be, goes counter to what Bitcoin's main narrative is. And it was to escape the banking industry, become inclusive for everyone worldwide. And instead, we see projects like XRP, Ripple that are centralized and can lead to some pretty dystopian futures if you take their ethos or take their plan to a long enough timeline. So do your own research. This isn't financial advice. We're just looking at things from maybe a different perspective. And if you have a different perspective, please leave a comment in the comments below. I would love to hear it. I'd love to have a conversation and try to hash out where we think this technology can bring us as a community. Also, on this same note, a new Bitcoin heater emerged. Canon. It's another interesting product. I didn't really go into the research of it. I didn't search it. I just saw this quickly scrolling through Reddit before making this show. And it just goes to prove what I've been saying is we're going to see more and more of these Bitcoin heaters. It's a really great way to secure a network while heat your home. And while there are more efficient ways to heat your home, as we progress with renewables, we'll have plenty of energy. Many people will install solar power, will install small wind turbines, such as I'm looking into doing out at my property. And from this power, we want to use that to secure a financial network. So instead of just thinking, hey, I'm using this power to heat my house, which the Bitcoin heaters will heat it through radiant heating through the floor. The dielectric fluids that keep the miners cool will also be pumped and use the house as basically a giant heat sink. But it goes beyond heating the house. It goes to decentralizing our power network, getting the power away from just these central utilities. By securing the network and supporting it ourselves, we really can lead to a better future with less government control, less centralized power. You can look at previous episodes and we'll get more into how this decentralizing of the power grid, decentralizing of the telecommunications network, decentralizing of our financial systems will occur through a Bitcoin system or a Bitcoin protocol. We will see this as we progress. So I encourage all of you to look at some of the previous episodes, come up with any questions you may have. Glad to answer it, glad to look into anything. And from there, we'll just move on because decentralization is the point and we're seeing that worldwide. Last major point I'd like to get on, I don't know where I saw this comment, but it looks like today, let's see here. It looks like today Trump might be having a meeting with the president of El Salvador, Bukele. And for our president to have a president with or a conversation with the president of such a smaller nation leads me to believe he's going to ask him some comments on how Bitcoin's treated their country and what are some of the hurdles, what are some of the problems. And I imagine Bukele's going to be overall pretty positive in his remarks regarding Bitcoin, as they've made quite a bit of money with it, but we will see. No one can predict the future. So I hope everyone is... Oh, can I not paste that? That's interesting. I hope everyone has a good day. Let's see if I can do this real quick. No, I cannot. I'll have to type that. Oh, that doesn't come up. What are you doing here, Colby? All right, head on over to the webpage if you have any questions. I'd love to answer those questions, and everybody have a great day. It was great to hear from you. It's great to see what's going on in the United States regarding Bitcoin, and let's see if the rest of the world can follow and if we can reach some new milestones. All right, thank you much and have a great day.